commercial services.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Go Anteater Podcast. Thank you for joining us today. Today we have a guest, and her name is Margaret Jenkins. She is the HR director here at ABC, as well as she is my spouse. So, I'm Russell Jenkins. I'm your host. I do everything communications and craziness collaboration here at ABC. But today I wanted to open up and just kind of have some fun with this episode. So let's just go to what are some of the fun stories that you've had here at ABC? Something that comes to mind that just made you laugh, something that you might have shared with someone. Go ahead and share one that comes to mind.
Yeah, there's so many. So when I first started working at ABC, I actually worked over in the call center.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when John Crouch, our VP over the call center, he was on that side of the building. Now he's on the executive side of the building, but he used to be over there. And a lot of the time, he would actually, he had a desk set up out on the floor with everybody, not on the actual floor, but with everybody in the cubicles.
Crisscross on the floor.
Again, I would not put it past him. So, oh my gosh, there are so many stories about the crazy antics he used to get everybody into. But I mean, even on my first day, it started. My first day, I'm sitting with one of our CSRs we had at the time, Linda, and all of a sudden, we hear something moving in the ceiling tile a little ways back. And John had gotten this animatronic squirrel and put it in the ceiling. And so he's trying to play a joke so he is I think that there's something in the ceiling. And literally at that point, he had been here for a few years. So everybody's like, oh my God, John, what are you doing now? Nobody ever believes anything involving John.
Right.
Just because he's always up to something.
He's got a track record.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But as he says, he's never officially been caught.
Yeah,
so,
right. His rap sheet's pretty big though.
Yeah. And so, he goes and messes with the ceiling tile, and all of a sudden this animatronic squirrel falls out, and yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's going to be like that. Cool. Fun. But yeah, lots of, there was one where it was Halloween, and we always have either an office decorating contest or a Halloween contest.
Costume contest.
Yeah,
something.
Thank you. Costume contest. And so this year we're having a costume contest, and so John shows up dressed as the luchador.
A luchador?
Luchador, yeah. So he's got the mask on and everything. And again, he sat out in the call center a lot of the time, and his desk was I sat here, he sat here, so we're facing each other. So I've got a picture that I need to send you guys, and he wore that mask all day long.
Didn't he have a cape too? I think he had cape.
But the thing was the mask. Every time I look up and I just see him sitting there with this it's just eye holes and a mouth hole, and you're just ugh. It was so funny, and I don't know how he wore that all day long.
Because probably someone told him he wasn't going to wear it all day, and John's going to make a point that he can. Yeah.
By damn, I will.
Yeah, no, that's definitely John's style.
Yeah, so that was funny. I'll definitely send in a picture of that. And then there was, Brandy, she's got fake snakes in her office.
Yeah.
And so it was, but we also have real snakes that inhabit our building a lot of the time. So
we live right by, so everyone tuning in, we are a pest control company. We do take care of a lot of those things, but we live right by marshy lands. We have water property behind and on the side. So what that means is that's conducive conditions for rodents to want to be here. And if rodents are present, guess what their food source is for? Guess what food source rodents are? Man, I can't even talk right now.
We have rat snakes.
Yes,
that's
because
what they're
they
called,
eat
right?
the rodents. Correct. So that is why we have those around ABC's
thank
building.
you.
Let's just make that clear.
There you go. But so, we find these especially in outside of our warehouse, because again, that's right where those marshy lands are. And so we'll always find these long snake skins. But so a lot of the time in the glue boards around the office that we have, because we have wonderful techs who make sure to put glue boards everywhere, you'll find like baby snakes sometimes. And Alice, one of our CSRs, she found a in her glue board at her desk there was a baby snake stuck to it, and so she was like, oh, another prank. And so she grabs it and just like throws it on, like tosses it on the call center manager's desk. And she wasn't in there yet, but she was like, oh, another prank. And so the call center manager comes in, Lindsay, and she's like, oh, my God. Yeah, it was a real snake that Alice thought was fake because of all the fake snakes we have in the office. And so, yeah, that was a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You would hear a lot of screams over there with, like, certain CSRs that we had when they'd find a snake in there. Oh, speaking of that, one time, one of the CSRs that was sat in like the back corner, her name was Yvonne. She got up to go to the bathroom, or she was at lunch or something. She was away from her desk for a little bit. And so I decided to scare her.
Yeah.
And so I crawled under her desk.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
And, I'm 6 foot. So I was really like crammed under there. And so she came back and she was scooting into her desk, and I got stuck. I was having a hard time like getting out. So I like rolled out and scared the crap, like screamed. So that was pretty funny. Yeah. So sorry if you're a customer of ours and you hear, weird noises when you call into our call center. Sorry
Might be
about
having
that.
a little fun on the back end.
Yeah. HUGS is our acronym for our core values, and H is the humor. So we got to have the humor.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, come on. Call center job is not an easy one. They're taking a lot of calls. They got a lot of different things going on. They have to handle a lot of different situations. So we like to make sure that there's a fun environment for them to show up to work in each day. So, yeah, sorry, customers, if you hear some screaming, some laughing, or anything like that. We're trying to have fun here at work, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Another call center. Again, all mine are from the call center because,
fun. It's a fun department.
I would tell some of the stories I've come across in HR, but yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no juicy stories from HR.
Lots of juicy stories from
but
HR, but
none that
we want to share on the podcast.
Yeah, I understand that. That's fine.
Yeah. But it was, again, John Crouch. He was out of town. He was on a cruise with his wife, and when he came back into the office, I don't remember, it doesn't really matter what time of year it was, but I want to say it was close to Halloween. And we have all these stuffed animals around the office. And so the first one we had was Jeffrey. It was the stuffed giraffe.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also have Henrietta, who's a stuffed turkey. And Henrietta's always up to no good.
Oh, yeah.
She's just a psychopath.
Always causing problems.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's got a... Yeah.
She got a pass.
She's got a pass.
She's got a pass.
Just ask John.
She's kind of a difficult little turkey.
Yeah, she's a little turkey head. But
mm-hmm.
Somebody, Henrietta, killed Jeffrey.
Oh,
like there was a whole murder scene in John's office.
Oh,
so
man. Oh, that's right. I remember.
And so we got like stuffing and we like threw it all over the office. We had like fake blood splatters.
Didn't you have like the chalk outline and tape or something?
Yeah, I did a chalk outline of Jeffrey's body and tape. We did like wanted posters because it was such a coincidence that John happened to be, he was on a cruise.
Right.
Yeah. At the time of the murder, and Henrietta goes missing. So yeah, that was thank you, ABC, for paying me the day to do that all day. So, yeah, that was a fun time where I'll send pictures of that, too, because it was like, yeah, we went all out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
Yeah, that was funny. That's definitely one of my favorite memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and then I remember there was the Circle R Ranch. I know that you were having fun that day. So Circle R Ranch is a place that we go to. It's a venue that we like to have some company picnics, company events to go to, and we also like to be funny. Again, humor's in our acronym for our core values. But I can't remember, but you were singing a song, and I think Dennis even walked on stage, right, and joined you?
Yeah, we bullied Dennis into getting on stage with us. It really didn't take that much convincing.
Yeah. Right. You really had to twist his arm.
Oh, yeah. He was like, oh, no, I don't I mean, he and I are cut from the same cloth. So,
I know. I know.
It didn't take much arm twisting to get me up there either.
I know. My mom and I just watched you guys because you guys are the crazy ones.
Yeah,
Well, we're kind of just like, we're just going to laugh at this.
Yeah, I know you love the joke that we tell of you married your dad. So
Love it. Love it. Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so yeah, we a couple of the CSRs, we were trying to figure out what song we wanted to sing, and so we decided to sing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," and Dennis got up there and very passionately sang the song with us, and we've got the picture of it on the wall around here. Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny. Wasn't I think Nikki was up there with you guys, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
sure Nikki was up there. Yeah.
Yeah, so Nikki, if you're listening to this, we had fun that day and we miss you. Hope you're doing well.
I heard from her not too long ago, so she's
awesome.
doing well. Yeah.
Cool. So what is there any other story that comes to mind that it just feels like you gotta get out, you gotta say?
Yeah, I mean, again, another snake story.
Man, snakes are common theme here.
I know. Don't we have a snake room?
No comment.
Yeah. But we had been out. You and I were out of town. I don't know if it was on a vacation or what. I don't know. But so while we were out, and I wasn't in my current office.
I think we were on Boston on a business trip.
Maybe, I don't know. We were out for the week, and while we were out, a snake decided to take up residence in my office. And so when I came back to work, I walk in, and luckily I was, typically I'm like on my phone, not really paying attention when I'm first walking in the door, but there was like a bookshelf right next to the door, and I just noticed like some movement right by it, and I happened to like catch it where I saw a tail like go back. And so I had somebody, I found one of the techs that was in the office, and I was like, hey, I need you to go check behind that bookshelf because I'm not doing it. So yeah, there was a snake that had been in there all week, and funny enough, our accounting director, Miranda, had been in and out of my office all week, like, putting paperwork in there, and she's terrified of snakes. So she wouldn't go in my office for several weeks after that. And she was like, what? There was a snake in there while I was in there. But so it took like 3 people to come in and get out of it, and to get it out of my office. And, I was like, kill it. And they were like, no, we're just going to put it outside. So then it can, come back inside. But
well, I mean, snakes are natural.
I know. I'd rather have a snake than
control.
A rat. So,
Snakes are natural, control mechanisms when it comes to rodents being around the property.
Yeah. But one of our VPs used me as a shield from the snake when they like had it in the little tongs. Thank you, Rob. I'm sure you're listening. Thank you. Yeah, he like had my arms like pinned behind my back.
Well, and this is supposed to be like a country boy, right? Like he's supposed to be Mr. Country hunter type thing, and yet he's using you as a shield for a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. Well, even on the snake topic, my mother is also one that absolutely hates snakes.
Like, I'm not going to tell that story.
No.
Okay.
My mother, no, I'm not going to embarrass my mom.
Okay.
My mother absolutely
They're
hates
like, ooh,
snakes.
what story?
That Jennifer will have to tell us in the podcast. I won't volunteer that information. But anyways, she is so terrified of snakes, and I messed with her one time. Again, Brandy has those fake snakes in her office, right?
And that was right after we started working here.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So, I went into Brandy's office. She had one fake snake that actually looked very, like, it, from a corner of your eye perspective, it looked like a real snake. Mm-hmm. There was nothing fake looking about it, necessarily. It had the painting, the coloring of an actual snake. And so I grabbed it. I put it where it was like hiding underneath her little, it was like a table that she had in there. And it was tucked in the corner, and just its little head was sticking out. I remember my mom finally walked into work that morning, and she just lost it. She was screaming. She wasn't happy. She was freaking out about the snake. She got so mad at, like, I don't even know who she blamed for it. But then I reluctantly, in that end of the day, was like, so that snake was put there by me, just a heads up. I got away with a lot of stuff from my mom over the years. She was very nice to me in that regard.
Yeah,
but
you're a mama's boy.
I am. No shame in that. But yeah, no, we definitely like to have fun, pull pranks on one another, have those types of things. I mean, another prank that we've even did is with like so John Crouch, back to him. There's a common theme here, guys,
Yeah.
right? Like there's someone here. There's a common theme for all these shenanigans that come and happen in the ABC office. But John, at one point, kind of made a joke that he collected Care Bears growing up, right? And so then we, as an office, everyone started getting involved on, okay, well, we can't just let that go. John said that he collected Care Bears. He liked Care Bears. How can we make this something that's fun and embarrassing? So I know you were more involved in that process, so I'll let you tell the story more than me.
Yeah, so there was like a whole group of CSRs, but he never knew who it, well, he now knows who it was.
Well, of
but
course.
it took like 2 years for him to be like, who is doing this? And so we would just, we had like a couple times where we'd get together on the weekends and we would like make all this Care Bear stuff. And at like the ringleader's house, I will not name you, Alice. But so we would just make all this Care Bear stuff and just like kind of stage it where we would put it in his office. I think at one point they even made curtains.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and
They
it
did.
was like Care Bear slippers, and then at one point she had bought a bunch of like small little Care Bear miniatures
Right.
and put a card on them that said "Find my daddy," and she like put them in random people's offices. So that was pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. But see, this is just a good sport that John is. He also then went and bought a full-sized Care Bear outfit that he wore to work. And he could have chosen any color Care Bear, right? No, he chose the big old pink Care Bear. And he wore it to the office, which I just thought was hilarious. He's a good sport with it.
Yeah, well, I think it did. I can't remember if he knew we were going to do it or not, but he wore it for Halloween.
He did.
And he showed up, and everybody had Care Bear shirts on.
Yeah, we
for
all
Halloween
had Care
one
Bear.
year.
Yes, I
We've got
remember
another.
that.
I'll send a picture of that too. We've got a picture on the stairwell of everybody in a
Wearing their Care Bear shirt.
outfit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of us that wore a Care Bear shirt that day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's because I think it was somebody made them for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was probably Alice.
Probably. And well, and then she was also, what was so funny that morning, I remember walking into the office, and it was the first time that like Care Bear had flooded into the hallway of the opening of ABC, because it was really like, props to Alice or whoever drew the Care Bears and put them on the plungers throughout the entire hallway.
I
Those
forgot
Care
about
Bears
that.
were so well drawn. They were really cool, and they were
I can't
unique.
remember who did it.
They
Yes.
had like
They had a
like
pest Care
pest
Bear.
Care Bear, a
yeah.
lawn Care
so
Bear.
one for every
Yeah, it was
division.
really cool. I thought that was funny, really good, good prank, nothing harmful in that. And it was definitely something that everyone in the office got involved
Yeah.
on, this
I
Care Bear
mean,
prank.
He still has Care Bear stuff in his office.
Oh, yeah,
so,
he's still
yeah.
trying to pawn it off to other people here at ABC. So if you ever walk through our halls here at ABC, you ever come to the office, you see Care Bears in people's offices, this is where it came from. Yeah. We're not all obsessed with Care Bears. We just had a fun with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good. I think, thank you again for coming today and being a part of the podcast. I'd like to have you come back and tell some more of the stories. Obviously, none of the HR related ones, but we can always find something fun because we always have some fun events trying to make sure that we have community and bonding with everyone here at ABC. We like to have those pranks. We like to have fun. We work hard, but we also play hard, right? So, thank you again for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends and your loved ones. We just like to have fun with this podcast, and we like to have more people listen to kind of who we are and what we do. So thank you, everybody. Cheers, and have a good rest of the day.
ABC Home and Commercial Services.